This is the second take of this video. I had too much bullshit going on when I was doing it. Let's recenter this. We are an hour 17 away from our next area. This guy had to pass me at the stop sign. This fucking faggot ass Georgia license plate, peach. The call was scratching noises under the dishwasher. It's an hour and a half from our shop, so it was like, don't put anything down that we're gonna have to go out and check every day if there's no evidence. And I'm like, sometimes I just wonder when they say shit like that. I just want to go, do you guys, like, I know you're used to dealing with people that are fucking beyond not bright, but when I do things, I think of, if this was my company, what I would, I don't want to come all the way back out here to look at a squirrel trap, you know what I mean, or anything stupid like that. But anyways, dishwasher scratching noises. He heard it at night last night, or yesterday, whatever, and here we are. I go in there, look around, the house is clean. I think they were making menudo. That should smell delicious. Beautiful family, beautiful wife, handsome husband, everything's good. No dog shit, cat shit, no roaches, nothing. Nice floor, everything's nice. I love it already. I wish every house looked like this. I look under the sink, nothing under the sink. I look near the dishwasher. There's some dust and stuff, so there's no rodents going in and out of there because the dust would be smudged. I go up in the attic, take a look around. There's evidence of one little tunnel a long time ago that's been there. So I didn't really say anything to him about that because it's just unnecessary and it's not really in play right now. Pull the refrigerator. Okay, man, I'm about 7 feet from the car. I appreciate it. Pull the refrigerator, nothing. So I just said, the only thing I can really think of doing, I don't want to leave glue boards because you got young kids and they're going to step on them and shit. I said, I can leave you a black, tamper resistance box with a weight, and you can only open it with a screwdriver. And I can put, I can put a trap in there. And I said, or you can record the sound and, send it to me and I'll listen to it and we'll go from there. I said, I've had, I said, sometimes there's calls that, I've done everything from, I remember when my brother was alive, I brought him with me on a call in Las Vegas. We went to some fucking trailer park out on Boulder Highway. And the guy had sprayed bees. I got the call on my little Nokia brick phone. Got the call, went out there. I think I charged them $300. Of that, they gave me $150 cash Monday when I go into the office. It was a pretty good gig. It was a pretty good company to work for, too. American Pest Control, Las Vegas, Nevada. They were good people. Go out there, and there's bees in the bathroom flying around, coming out of the fucking lights. So it's a trailer, it was a pretty big trailer, but it's a trailer nonetheless. So you kind of figure out a trailer is just basically a bunch of boxes fucking welded or whatever together. So we ended up, no one ever tells you the truth with some of the pest control jobs, like bed bugs, bees. What usually happens is the guy will spray carburetor cleaner. It's always a fucking dude spraying hairspray because they want to, and I appreciate this because I'm that type of dude too. I'm fucking Mr. Alpha wannabe male. But I've gone out to jobs where literally all the dude had to do is take a broom and knock the 2 or 3 wasps down. And I remember I went to a job, and I know I'm getting into like 15 stories. I'm going to tie it up with this. We went into a high-rise in St. Petersburg down here, and the girl had a nest of, wasps. And I said to him, I go, you're going to pay $150 for me to knock this down? And he goes, yeah. I go, are you allergic to bees? And he goes, no. And I go, so you call another man over to your house to do this? And he goes, yeah, it's a service, isn't it? And I go, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, you're... And his girlfriend's like, he doesn't understand anything that you're trying to get at. I go, do you got a broom, young lady? She goes, yeah. I knock the fucking wasp nest down, sweep it over the ledge. It's the end of that. So, the next time we're in Boulder City, not Boulder City, we're on Boulder Highway in some trailer park. It's 170 degrees, 1.9 miles to I-4. It's 170 fucking degrees outside. The guy had pushed the bees in by spraying the hole on the outside. So what that does is now bees are looking to get out of that area, and this has happened quite a few times. So they come flying out of where your lights are or your fan vent because they see the sunlight or the light and they think that's the sun. So they get their, what happens to helicopters and shit, they get their, I forget the terminology for it, but they get their horizon displaced. So they start flying down thinking they're flying outside and they're not. And now they're in your fucking house. Now they're flying to the windows and all that shit. And the people always say, I don't know why they're flying around inside. I'm like, because somebody fucking sprayed them. They didn't just fucking grow a brain. Or we used to get chew-through nests, which I could never, with my bare hand, I would never remove the nest. And no one would ever come back and check. But what I would do is I would contaminate the nest, poke holes in it, fill it up with, after we already killed the bees, but you'd have a big yellow spot like in an office ceiling, like a drop ceiling, and you'd tap it a couple of times and you'd hear, you hear the bees, and I'd go, oh, they're right there. Come back after 5, charge them an extra $600 or whatever, or if they wanted to close off that area of the office or whatever, or come back on a Saturday. Come in there, hit them off, and you take a straw, inject it into that little hole, and shoot it up in there and rev them up. And then you'd wait a little bit, and usually I would, the next day, come back and make sure everything was dead. And if it was on something like that, I would take a garbage bag and just rip the nest off, because by then, everything's gone. Usually. Oh, God, I gotta get a cup of coffee, guys. It is 12 o'clock. It's time for Hard-Boiled Egg Wednesday. It is Wednesday. It's been a nice little week. Let's see how far we've driven this week, friends. We have driven, in the last 3 days, we have driven 288 miles. We're getting ready to drive 54 miles right now, so we're over the national average. Anyways, have a good rest of your hump day. Speaking of hump day, this is funny, 3 o'clock in the morning, I hear my dog, and I thought he was having a dream, so I get up instantly, I look at see where my gun is, I'm like, alright, we don't need the gun yet. I turn the light off in the living room, and I look outside, and there's this girl that I was kind of talking to at one time, but I fucking just told her to fuck off. She's got a fucking crazy story, but she knocked twice, and I'm like in my head, I should just fuck her. You know what I mean? And I'm like, bro, are you out of your mind letting her in the house at 3 o'clock in the morning? You don't know, this bitch is nothing but trouble. And I was like, yeah, you're right. So now that is how you start. 3 o'clock in the morning, you knocking on my door. Come on. I love your hair. The girl's got fucking aqua mermaid hair that looks so sexy. I love when girls dye their hair all them fucking goofball colors. Hot pink, silver. I don't care if you're black, white, oriental. Even if you're wearing a fucking star, a fucking alien, one of those little blue wigs like you'd see in a Quentin Tarantino movie. I don't know. There's something about girls when they dye their hair, or black girls when they wear the sexy blonde hair. This has nothing to do with any of these videos, but we're doing it. Alright, let's Guy's got a fucking Mustang wrapped with Michael Myers. I gotta get a picture of this. All right, I gotta go. I'm sorry. This is a fucking bad video already.